more complicated by the cold weather, the wind that we've been experiencing, the darkness since the sun is not yet up. And as noted in that piece, there's a lot more questions than answers at this point. Lawmakers from the state of Kansas want to know why the military aircraft was so close to such a busy flight path here into Washington, D.C. They also want to know more about the communication with the air traffic control tower. But of course, this investigation still in its very early stages. As noted earlier, there are some family members of likely victims here in the airport. American Airlines airport officials trying to help. First tonight, a Black Hawk helicopter was warned of an approaching passenger jet 18 seconds before they collided in the skies above Washington, D.C. Now the heartbreaking job of recovering bodies from the river where both aircraft ended up is underway. Already more than a dozen bodies have been recovered, with family members anxiously waiting for any updates in the terminal. It was captured from multiple angles. 8:47 p.m., an American Airlines passenger jet carrying 64 people collides with a Black Hawk helicopter on a training flight. Oh my God! Disaster just 100 meters above the ground sent both aircraft plunging into Washington, D.C.'s icy Potomac River. Fire Command. The accident happened in the river. Both the helicopter and the plane crashed in the river. The jet had been just seconds from touching down. Family of those on board were in the airport waiting for their loved ones to arrive home. I'm just praying that somebody's pulling her out of the river right now as we speak. That's all I pray for. I'm just praying to God. Hamad's wife had messaged him as the plane started to descend. She texted me that they were landing in 20 minutes. 300 first responders have worked through the night. The focus now is rescuing people, and that's what all of our personnel are focused on. But from both submerged aircraft, there's been no signs of life. 19 bodies have been pulled from the bitterly cold water. Alongside the rescue and recovery mission, an investigation is already underway. Our cooperation is without pause, and we want to learn everything we can about today's events. The plane took off from Wichita, Kansas. It flew for about 2 hours and 10 minutes to Washington. At the same time it approached the runway, the air traffic controller radioed the Black Hawk, referring to it as Pat 25 and the jet as CRJ. Seconds later, they collided. There's every reason to indicate that the jet was on a proper approach. He was on his final approach about 375 feet to runway 33. The question is, what was the helicopter doing there? The president has also pointed blame. Why didn't the helicopter go up or down or turn? Why didn't the control tower tell the helicopter what to do? This is a bad situation that looks like it should have been prevented, he wrote. Tragic mistakes no one can undo. Samara Gardner for 10 News First. CBS correspondent Natalie Brand joins me now from inside Washington's Reagan Airport. And Natalie, what is the latest from the scene? Ursula, we're expecting another press briefing here inside the airport in just a couple of hours. That is as this highly complex search and recovery operation continues in the Potomac River. There are more than 300 responders out there, federal and local resources, combing the water, trying to recover the victims of this horrific tragedy. Officials say their job made more complicated by the cold weather, the wind that we've been experiencing, the darkness since the sun is not yet up. And as noted in that piece, there's a lot more questions than answers at this point. Lawmakers from the state of Kansas want to know why the military aircraft was so close to such a busy flight path here into Washington, D.C. They also want to know more about the communication with the air traffic control tower. But of course, this investigation still in its very early stages. As noted earlier, there are some family members of likely victims here in the airport, American Airlines airport officials trying to help them. And we did get a statement this morning from U.S. Figure Skating, which says it can confirm, sadly, that several members of the skating community were on board that flight. They were returning to D.C. from a training program. The statement goes on to say they are devastated and that their hearts are with the victims' families. Thank you, Natalie.